Angry Birds, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Uber, Tinder, and Honor of Kings. Those are just a few of the billion-dollar companies that were only possible because Apple invented the iPhone. But there were also tens of thousands of smaller, but still multi-million dollar apps created just for the iPhone, ranging from Fruit Ninja to police scanner apps to solitaire apps. So why am I bringing this all up? Is it just to make you feel bad that you haven't accomplished more? No, because yesterday Apple announced its new augmented reality headset, Vision Pro, which is a full computer that you wear on your head. It's a Gen 1 device, which is something we don't see very often. In fact, the last Gen 1 device that was this scale was the iPhone. And to be clear, this is an iPhone moment. The Vision Pro is scheduled to start selling in 6 to 9 months at the beginning of 2024. But if you're a developer, you can start learning Apple's new augmented reality app design tools right now. And here at Axiom Alpha, we look at data to predict the future to see opportunities ahead of your competitors. And there are opportunities that entrepreneurs should start thinking about now so that they can be the first to grab them as soon as Apple's AR headset ships. So in this video, I'm going to describe 23 different startup ideas that you can use to profit from the technological inflection point which Apple is creating before our eyes. Business idea number one, a flip cup app. Flip Cup Free was the great name of a popular app back in 2010 when the iPhone was still relatively new. And an augmented reality version of Flip Cup would be even more popular. Think about it. You have cups that are just automatically created on your table. You can try flipping them and you can watch them bounce around in real life instead of just on a little screen. Business idea number two, an app I like to call Thrifting ID. Thrifting, for fun and profit, is an increasingly popular hobby in the US. The antique and thrift store industry generates tens of billions of dollars in annual revenue, and eBay alone facilitated $74 billion of total transactions in 2022. So, you could create an app that allows the user to touch or point to objects in a thrift store, and then use GPT-4 and a tool called LangChain to identify the item and pull up the prices of the 3 to 5 closest comps from eBay or Facebook Marketplace. That would essentially let you go to a thrift store and when you're not sure about, is this a good deal? Is this something I should buy and try to flip on eBay? Well, point to it and you'll have the 3 to 5 closest comps from eBay pulled up and you can say, oh, on eBay these tend to sell for $20 to $30. Here it's $3. That's a good buy. Or conversely, here's something that's selling for $10 and it's only really selling for 15 on eBay. So after shipping, it's not really worth it. I think that could be a great app. Business idea number three, an app I call Sous Chef. How many times have you found a delicious looking recipe on Google only to have your own attempt result in a slightly burned entree that doesn't look or smell quite as you expected? If you're anything like me and tens of millions of other Americans, then that's quite often. So create an app that doesn't just give you a recipe, but actually guides you through it step by step. The Vision Pro headset has a ton of cameras in different positions, so it will be possible to use something like OpenAI's GPT-4 to analyze images of the food as you prepare it and provide you with live feedback as needed. For example, chop that onion a bit smaller, or you can be a bit more vigorous with the stirring of that soup, or you need to stir that soup so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Business idea number four, a tour guide development agency. Whether you already run a software development agency or you just know how to code, you could go to state parks, national parks, and historic monuments and pitch them on creating custom augmented reality tour apps for them. Business idea number five, poker. Play virtual poker with your friends using augmented reality and just an empty kitchen table or coffee table. Poker was one of the first apps on the original iPhone App Store, so there's good reason to believe that this will be a success. And even if Apple includes a poker app when the headset first ships, you could probably still create another version of that, which was still highly profitable and generates $1 million or more in profit within a couple months, if you create a specific niche version of it, such as Texas Hold'em. Business idea number six, a level app. Not sure if your picture is hanging level on the wall? Just use the augmented reality Level app that uses the numerous cameras on the Vision Pro headset to calculate and visualize the angle at which your frame is hanging and how much, if at all, it deviates from being level. Very simple, but could easily be $1 million app. Business idea number seven, a daily prank social app. Create an app that lets you send requests to your friends who also have Vision Pro headsets. And if your friend accepts, then each of you can leave an augmented reality virtual poop emoji, but a 3D version, hidden somewhere in the other person's house each day for them to discover in an unexpected moment. It's all the fun of the poop emoji, but it's even better because it's in 3D augmented reality. It's something that, probably wouldn't last that long. It's very gimmicky, but it's the type of gimmick app that when an AR headset first launches could easily do $1 million in profit. Business idea number 8, fish tank. Is your apartment boring? Turn one of your walls into a virtual fish tank. You can even choose the type and number of fish in your tank, give them names. Now, based on the early popularity of the Koi Pond app in 2009, I think this would be a big hit. Business idea number 9, an app called Green Thumb. Create an app that uses GPT-4 together with augmented reality to teach anyone to garden. The app can identify each plant, recognize whether it needs more or less water or other nutrients, and give the user instructions on anything that they should do for the plant. Now, gardening is a hugely popular hobby already, and there are millions of wannabe gardeners, such as myself, who currently feel they lack a green enough thumb to actually succeed at gardening on a regular basis. So, the market opportunity is huge. You can even tie the system into an ordering system so that, for example, if a plant needs more nitrogen, the app could recognize that fact, tell the user, ask the user if they would like to place an order for a recommended nitrogen-enriched soil supplement, and then place that order if the user agrees. So this could be quite a profitable app. Business idea number 10, a wallpaper app. This is basically like the virtual fish tank idea, except you just redecorate your apartment or house with any type of wallpaper or paint that you want. So you say, hey, I want, just swipe through and try out different wallpapers or different wall colors on my apartment. And then as I sort of walk about my day, I can enjoy my apartment in different colors and different wallpapers. This is idea number 11, an app I call Catacomb Courier. Now, endless runner games like Subway Surfers and Temple Run were popular 10 years ago, and they're still popular today. So you can create an augmented reality version of an endless runner game, such as a courier running through underground catacombs, with runners' left, right, and up down motions determined by simple swiping hand gestures. So running, left, right, up, down, jump, jump, left, right, jump. I think that could be a very popular category of game, making endless runner games that do that. Business idea number 12, an app called Healthy Doggo. Create an AR app that identifies whether or not your pet dog appears to have any issues. For example, are they limping with a likely back left foot injury? Are their nails too long and that's hurting them? Is the dog rolling around trying to itch its back, which is a possible sign of fleas? The app could be monetized like Google Maps through sponsored recommendations to local businesses, in this case, groomers and veterinarians. So if the app identifies, hey, your dog does probably look like it's limping, they probably should go see a vet, then you can recommend a nearby vet. The app could also be a paid app, e.g., 1 month or $1 monthly subscription or $2 monthly subscription, or it could even be used as a free lead generator for selling pet insurance. After you find some possible issue that your dog is having, someone is going to be in a slight fear mode, and that's a good time to sell insurance. Business idea number 13, piano teacher. Create an AR app that highlights piano keys and possibly also displays sheet music at the same time to teach people how to play songs on the piano. Business idea number 14, drum teacher app. This would essentially be the same thing as a piano teacher app, but for drums. Business idea number 15, Kajabi, but for AR. So if you aren't already familiar, Kajabi is an online platform that lets people create online courses. But every cooking course, fly fishing, lure making course, carpentry course, piano course, and any other online course teaching a physical activity would arguably be better with augmented reality. So create a Kajabi competitor that lets people record videos and sequences of steps while wearing the Vision Pro headset and have that turned into an AR online course. Business idea number 16, an AI and AR assisted painting app. Create an app that uses GPT-4 and something like Midjourney to create line sketches that are overlaid on a blank sheet of paper in virtual reality. And then you can trace and fill in those with paint to create awesome paintings. Business idea number 17, a lie detector. 4 years ago, I was still a grad student at Duke, and I got to play with an app that a research team working with Microsoft's AR headset had created. The app used headset sensors to detect and amplify minute color changes in someone's face every time their heart beat. So every time your heart beats, there's a slight flush of blood through your face, which makes your face turn very slightly redder. And it's sort of imperceptible to the normal human eye, but it's not to a camera. So the result when you used this app was that when you look at someone, you would see their face flashing red at the rate of their heart. And in a little corner of the screen, you would see a number that indicated their heart rate. Now, there's a lot of potential applications for this. It would be incredibly useful when playing poker or negotiating a high stakes business deal. You could create the consumer version of this app for Vision Pro. It's very possible now. So detect heart rate, breathing rate, even micro expressions. Again, you can tie that into GPT-4 to help you with that. Use that data to then estimate whether or not someone is lying. And even if it's just as a novelty, I think this would be an extremely popular app that could easily make someone a millionaire. Business idea number 18, virtual pets. Create an app that lets people choose and create virtual pets. Want a Shiba Inu? You can get one for just $5. Its personality will be AI generated and it will be displayed in AR doing dog things. So as I'm just going about my day, doing work, etc., over on the couch is my dog lounging. Then, it'll get up, go to its virtual water bowl, drink some water, maybe come over, look at me. It's just going to do dog things whenever you put the Apple headset on. It seems like there's basically been a virtual pets success in each age of the internet. The original internet boom in the 90s had Pokemon, which are basically pets. When the mobile phone came out, we got touch pets. With the crypto boom, we got CryptoKitties. And you can be sure there will be at least one multi-million dollar virtual pet app for Apple's new AR headset. I would stake a lot of money on that. You could be the one that creates it. Business idea number 19, a tire changer app. Create a Vision Pro plus GPT-4 app that guides someone through how to change a tire on any car. Once you're successful, you could expand the app's capability to also include helping people change their brakes or diagnose or solve any other mechanical or electrical issue in their car, sort of a mechanic in your pocket. Or if someone doesn't want to do the car work themselves, the app could simply be a second opinion to help make sure that the mechanic that's giving you a quote isn't just blowing smoke. Business idea number 20, a 3D website design agency. Augmented reality headsets enable a completely different form of website to exist. I don't just have to look at a two-dimensional page. I can have stacked elements, so a page with then 3D components that come out of it. I can have a website with a knob. I mean, it's a weird thing to have, but as a novelty, you could have three-dimensional graphics on a website. There's any number of things that could be there. So I'm not talking about a two-dimensional website that has sort of like 3D renderings just on it, like a 3D perspective. I'm talking about genuinely 3D websites. And that's, again, something that does not exist today at all, yet it will. And so there are currently 0 software developers with the skill set to create these websites, which means you're as well positioned as anyone to start thinking about and learning how to design such websites. Start thinking about what kind of three-dimensional structures would be useful for different types of websites. If you want to be really ahead of the curve, start writing a book on how to design 3D websites and start writing it now and get it published just when the headset comes out and starts actually shipping. This was done by someone for the mobile phone era, and they very quickly, basically immediately, became the guy to go to when a large enterprise wanted to build their own mobile app. So if you create a book on how to design 3D websites and then publish that when the headset actually ships, you can be the guy that companies go to, big companies, when they need to hire a consultant or an agency to help them produce a 3D AR app or website. Business idea number 21, an app called Public Fashion. Created an augmented reality app that's part social network. Here's how it would work. When anyone with the Public Fashion app is wearing their headset and sees another person with the app, the second person will appear to be wearing whatever virtual accessories they chose. So it's basically like, I can download this app, I can choose virtual accessories for myself, like a a necklace or a particular shirt, a blazer, a fancy tuxedo, a crown. I could choose to have tattoos, anything like that. And then whenever anyone else who also uses the public fashion app sees me and they're wearing their headset, they will see me with all of the accessories and clothing and tattoos that I chose for myself. And you can, you could probably attract a lot of crypto bros if you make each accessory an NFT, but I think that could be an interesting app. Business idea number 22, a holodeck-like role-playing game. So if you've ever watched Star Trek, you probably know what the holodeck is. It's essentially an immersive augmented reality video game played in a laser tag-like arena with other in-person players. You could essentially create that with the help of the Apple Vision Pro headset. So here's how it would work. You would create something like a movie set. For example, a pioneer village or an old western town. You would create physical structures, physical buildings, and props. Then you would create something like a mission-oriented video game or a branching movie script with characters and plot events that would tend to push game players to one of several final predetermined outcomes. Then you would have groups of, say, 2 to 6 people who would come to this venue. They would put on Vision Pro headsets that you provided, and then they would enter the game. So remember, the stage is real. At least it's partly real. You have real buildings or small pieces of buildings, real props, but the weather and the NPCs, the non-player characters, are going to be AI generated and represented in augmented reality and then projected into the game, right, through augmented reality. So it's sort of a hybrid of, you have props, you have AI, AR characters, and you might even throw in a couple of real employees who are dressed up into the games that the players can interact physically with them. I think this would be expensive, but an extremely cool type of experience. If you wanted to create this, there's only one place you would create this type of business within the next couple years, and that is San Francisco, because there are a lot of rich geeks who are early tech adopters and would definitely be on board to try this. And business idea number 23, a virtual girlfriend. That's right, create an app that lets you create a virtual AI-powered girlfriend that you can visualize and talk to anywhere you go. I can just be sitting here at my desk, my virtual girlfriend can be across the room, we can just be chatting. Maybe you can specify exactly what this girl looks like. You say, oh, I want a 5'2" girl with brown eyes, or and then blonde hair. I want a girlfriend that likes to read books and play board games. You can specify all of that and then have it produced as an augmented reality character that lives in your house, walks around, appears to do things like read a book, will respond and talk with you anytime you want. Is it weird? 100% yes. Is it an inevitable and profitable idea? Also 100% yes. I mean, just think about it. Once you get a user who creates their custom AI girlfriend inside your app, they are never going to stop paying for the subscription. So those are the 23 app ideas. In summary, we had the Flip Cup app, we had the Thrifting ID app that helps you identify things in a thrift store, we had the Sous Chef app, which helps guide you through the process of making any recipe, we have the Tour Guide Development Agency, where you help state and national parks and historic monuments create their own AR tour apps. We had a poker app, a level app for hanging pictures, a virtual fish tank on your wall app, a green thumb app that helps you garden, a wallpaper app that helps you redecorate your apartment, a catacomb courier app, which is an endless runner game app, a healthy doggo app, which helps you identify any health issues with your dog, the piano teacher app, a drum teacher app. We had Kajabi for AR, which is an app that helps you create online augmented reality courses. We had the AI and AR assisted painting app, sketch out, create a sketch outline for you to paint within. We had the lie detector app, virtual pet app, a tire changer / car mechanic app, a 3D website design agency where you help large enterprises to build their own 3D websites, and you create, before that, you write a book to become the guy that these large companies will go to and think of when they need to create such a website. We have the public fashion app, which is you have NFT accessories and sort of the augmented reality metaverse. We had the holodeck-like role-playing game experience business, where you had this hybrid of some props, some real, pieces of buildings, some AI-generated characters. Set that up in San Francisco. And we had the virtual girlfriend app. So if you found that interesting, then you have to pay the price, which is like and subscribe.